And you're seeing it especially with younger people. Younger people in, like under 30, maybe in their mid-20s, are beginning to look at the world in a different way. So for example, when I was growing up, I'm a millennial, I'm 37, it was cool to be more secular. It was cool to be kind of a little more pagan. Punk rock was kind of not going to church, or if you went to church and like me, you sat in the back, kind of did this, It wasn't really something that meant anything. So the heresy of the day was being more secular. But when heresy becomes mainstream, it's no longer punk rock. And so you're seeing younger people look around at kind of this, and I'll use this phrase loosely, woke or kind of the progressive kind of stuff going on. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking just kind of the mindset of a lot of stuff that's happening. They're looking around and going like, hold on. What are you doing to people like me or younger children? Like, hold on. And so they're beginning to recognize that the heresy that has become mainstream is something that they're beginning to rebel against. And so you're seeing younger people looking at the Bible, looking at Christian history, looking at Western civilization, and all these things. And I'm not saying those things are identical to each other, but the bedrock of Scripture is in a lot of our culture and our civilization. They're beginning to relook at the Church of Jesus Christ, from the Orthodox to the Roman Catholic to the Protestants. They're beginning to look at church with new eyes. And they're recognizing that the church, even if they may not be believers, the church is a place of value. Rather, with people my age, the church was a place of oppression and misogyny and racism and all these sorts of things, which it's never been. But there are churches and people that have acted in sinful ways. And so you're seeing younger people looking at the cancerousness of culture and beginning to push back on it and withdraw and reject it. And so I think you're seeing this revivalism among young people begin to grow. They're recognizing that the world is a fundamentally supernatural place, that the world is infused with divine power in the sense of God made the world, that there is a creator God, that these things are real, that demons and angels are real. That's not weird to them. What's weird to them is atheism, the idea that there's nothing else out there. And so they're beginning to come back to the idea of faith, religion, religiosity, and Christianity even. And so for us, when we endured COVID and we endured elections and political destabilization and villainy and violence and all these sorts of things, people are taking notice, especially young people. And they're beginning to look at the Church of Jesus Christ as a place of refuge and a place of social good. And maybe in time they'll come back to church. And maybe in time they will find that reconciliation offered by the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so these young people are beginning to look with new eyes at our churches. And so for us as Christians, they may not dress